Guys, I finally picked up My Holy Grail. What's up, guys? You got the video game Votary here. So as you guys seen in the intro, I picked up what I consider, from my personal belief and my personal collection, to be a holy grail item. Before we get into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. This episode is pretty exciting for me. So I recently took a family vacation trip out to New Jersey. I noticed there's a lot of retro game stores, but once I got to where I was going, I wasn't necessarily close to it. The closest one was like 35 minutes. I started not to go because it was family time. I decided to go check out one place, and I'm pretty glad that I did. I took a trip out to Jersey Video Games. It's a relatively new retro game store located in New Jersey. Let's take a quick look at this store, go check out and see what they got to show y'all that grail item that I picked up. Let's get it. Alright guys, so as you can see there, very awesome store. I believe they only been open probably less than 8 months. I had a good time talking to the owner, and I also talked to one of his friends that traded and sold a lot of stuff to the store, and it was a lot of items that I was inquiring about that was inside the case, and he said it came from his friend. I got to talking to him. He was a long time collector. He still collects, but he's not actively collecting. But we sat there for about 35-40 minutes just having a conversation about collecting. It was a great conversation. So shout out to him, shout out to the owner of Jersey Video Games. I had a great experience. I highly recommend you guys go check out that store if you're ever in the New Jersey area, Jersey Video Games. So about that grail item. Man, firstly, let me also mention that I purposely took a few games to trade just as trade bait and kind of help lower costs and possibly get something for free. So I did bring Mega Man Legends for the PS1. It's relatively expensive. It has dropped in price in the past couple years. That was for the PlayStation 1. The reason why, you will see in the future. I can just tell y'all, no matter. Because I had picked up Mega Man 64, which is pretty much the same game, but obviously 64 is for the N64. But that's not the grail item. So I took that. I also took like a couple like double variants of Wii games or something like that I had that I didn't necessarily need. I looked inside the case and I saw something. I always said, if I see this thing, I'm willing to kick out some cash for it. So I picked up none other than Super Mario Bros., the original one, in the box. Now, it's not CIB. I got to get a manual for it, and those aren't too hard to come by. They're about 20 bucks. I haven't got it yet, but I do plan on getting it. It's very seldom that you come across this game in the box, or a box in relatively good condition. I ended up picking up one of these sectors because they didn't have it, but it's in relatively good shape. Obviously, I'll show you guys some footage, but I'm super excited to have this. I can't wait to get the manual completed because I do want to get the first trilogy, as you can see behind me. I want to get those, CIB. I'm not a huge CIB collector. As long as it has the case, I'm good. I'm not too big on manuals. I definitely want to get the first 3 Mario games, CIBs. I happen to be looking for these, and these go for relatively high, decent amount. I wouldn't say it's rare. I guess it's kind of rare. You guys let me know down in the comment section below if you think that this game is rare in box. I believe so, because when I do see them, they're pretty pricey. Let's get to the price. Being that they haven't been open too long, there were a lot of items not marked. I'm not a fan of that, like at all. Like when I go to conventions, people got stuff laid out, or I go in a store and it's not priced. I'm not a fan of that, because I feel like they're gonna sit there and do research, which is pretty much what he did. He came back with a price. So his price was $160, and even when I looked on like eBay and stuff like that, price charting, which we'll look up price charting, and I'll put it on the screen for you guys to see. All right, so this game, Super Mario Bros. The original, loose, obviously is $14.53. It's not expensive at all. The box by itself, $117.83. Complete is $202.50. New is $2,650. The manual by itself is $18.95. Graded copy would be $9,091.45. The CIB ones, the last couple ones sold for $235. $350, $335. Then there was another one sold on eBay for $130, which was relatively cheap. I think this may have been an auction. So that was an auction. That's a little bit different, and it's actually in relatively good shape. That was pretty good price. So it was like $140 was his price. So I pretty much traded those games, and I pretty much got this game for $100. So regardless, I got it way undervalued, and I'm super happy to have it. Now, it's not that certain games you can't find online. So if I consider something like uncommon, not necessarily rare, maybe rare to my area, just don't have a great deal of, like our flea markets and thrift stores, they suck. We don't get stuff like that. Very seldom. Pretty much never happens. Non-existent. So all we have to rely on is our retro game store. So I love traveling out of town. I'm super excited to have it. I'm so happy. So I do plan on getting this graded. I'm gonna get the manual first. Guys, I'm happy to now, since recording this video, I completed the game. So my game is finally complete in box, and get the cardboard insert, but I'm super happy. This is my collection. So the question of the week I want to ask you guys, and I need to know down in the comment section below, what games do you have that's graded in your collection, or what in your collection is considered your holy grail in your collection? Let me know down in the comment section below. I definitely want to know about it. Please inform me on what your grail is. I would love to have that conversation and just find out, pick you guys' brains about what do you guys consider your holy grail for your collection. And guys, as I mentioned many times before, this game is very sentimental to me. And I know in the past I've mentioned like I didn't really have anything that was like really attached to me. Very few things, but really not as much as this. This Super Mario Bros. Was my introduction to gaming, and I've spoken about it many times, so it's near and dear to my heart. And to have this pretty much complete and send it out and get graded is very sentimental value to me, and means a lot to have this in my collection. I'm super excited. I can't express to you how happy I was. That was one thing that I said, I ever see this thing, CIB, I'm getting it. And just so happened, I had no plans on going and visiting any stores, but I went anyway, and turns out in my best interest to go, because I ended up finding a holy grail item just when I decided not to go, and then I got it for a great price. It means everything to me. Shout out to Jersey Video Games for helping make a dream come true for me and allow me to add this sentimental game to my collection, and I'm very grateful to have it. I'm super happy. This game isn't going anywhere. This will be my first ever graded game. I'm going to send this out to get graded, and I'm going to keep it close to me. It's going to have a nice, awesome place in this game. If you missed last week's episode, click the link above. If you want to catch up on the full season of the Video Game Votary, click that link down below.
Thank you for watching. Follow me on all social media platforms at VideoGameVotary.